In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to compare Replit Agent and Cursor AI as coding assistants. We'll keep this simple and hands-on by visiting each tool's homepage and trying them out if you're comfortable, so you can form a clear, practical impression without getting lost in jargon. Start by heading to the Replit homepage. Take a moment to scan the page for anything labeled Agent or AI features. As you explore, notice how clearly the site explains what the agent can do inside the Replit environment. Look for examples of tasks like generating boilerplate code, editing files, running code, and explaining errors. Pay attention to the workflow the site encourages. Does it look like you can give the agent a goal and let it handle multiple steps, or is it more focused on chat-style prompts and single edits? Check whether the home page highlights supported languages, quick start templates, and any demos or screenshots of the agent making changes in a project. If you decide to try it, keep your first interaction small and concrete. Ask for a short function, a refactor suggestion, or help fixing a simple bug. As you do, note responsiveness, clarity of explanations, and how confidently the agent navigates files. Also, look for links to documentation and any statements about privacy, data usage, and pricing or usage limits, so you know what to expect over time. Next, go to the Cursor AI site. Again, begin with a quick read of the overview. What does Cursor emphasize? Inline code edits, chat with project context, or auto-complete quality? Look for how it describes applying changes as diffs, navigating a codebase, or understanding multiple files at once. If trying it is an option for you, repeat the same small, low-risk test you used earlier. Ask for a lightweight improvement or explanation in a tiny snippet. Then observe how Cursor presents edits, how easy it is to accept or reject changes, and how well it references the relevant files. As with Replit, glance at documentation, privacy notes, model options if listed, and any pricing or usage details. While you're on each homepage and optionally trying them, compare the basics: clarity of onboarding, how guided the experience feels, the quality of explanations, speed and stability, and whether the tool's core strengths match your day-to-day work. If collaboration matters, see what each mentions about sharing or teamwork flows. If you care about model choice or offline behavior, look for those specifics in the FAQs or docs sections. Wrap up by reflecting on which environment felt more natural and trustworthy for your style. A brief, consistent trial on both sides will reveal the differences quickly, and that's the simplest way to choose the assistant that truly helps you ship faster.